Hello, everyone. I just started the live stream and shared the link in the chat. So for those who miss out on the meeting in between, can refer the link later. We would be starting in more 2 minutes. Thank you for joining. As you're joining the session, please make sure that you keep your microphones on mute. Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you all to today's webinar on Bioinformatics Research Fellowship. My name is Sonalika Ray, and I'm the Learnomicslogic Community Manager. I'm responsible for daily interaction with thousands of users that are a part of a bioinformatics community managed by Pine Biotech. Learnomicslogic is an international program that is running in 5 different regions with over 10,000 users around the world. And due to this fast growth, our team is working with local and regional coordinators that are helping refine local program logistics and leverage our online training resources, adapting them to the needs of students and researchers around the world. In today's webinar, we will focus on the Research Fellowship Program, explain the Research Fellowship Program, discuss the fellowship that is ongoing batches, introduce the new dates starting in July and in the fall, and also discuss about the Omics Research Symposium details with confirmed speakers, prize categories, and topics on how to submit the project on Learn and what makes a project stand out, the ways to get prizes or recognition, and answer the questions. In our current batches, which are scheduled to be completed by the end of the August, we have over 50 participants from India, Africa, US, Peru, Mexico, and other countries. Some of the fellows went on to join our campus ambassador program and others as interns working for the company. All of them got the opportunity to learn, develop independent project proposals, participate in mentorship sessions, and oftentimes present their projects in front of a large audience and get exposure for their achievements. Now, I would like to welcome our research intern, Navya Vadhava, to share her experience with us. Over to you, Navya. Sorry, Navya, we can't hear you.
I think you need to make her a co-host.
Okay, I think she got disconnected. I would like to pass it on to our CEO, Ilya Brodsky, to share about the program, and then we would hear from Navya. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Sonalika, and welcome everyone to this webinar. I'm excited to see all of you join today. And hopefully after today's webinar, you'll be able to clearly understand what this program is designed to do, how it can help you, and answer all of your questions that I'm sure you have about the program. Before I start, let me briefly introduce to you what we are all about. So our company name is called Pine Biotech. We're a biotechnology company located in the US, in New Orleans, in Louisiana, but we are a technology transfer company that stems out of University of Haifa, specifically the Center for Bioinformatics called the Tauber Bioinformatics Research Center. The center was started to make bioinformatics more accessible, design algorithms, as well as make them useful for people that do not have extensive bioinformatics background and expertise. And what we've identified as a team is that there is a growing need in training individuals to be effective at utilizing the wide range of bioinformatics tools and apply them in a meaningful way to research challenges that are pressing in the area of biomedical research, agriculture, and biotechnology. And so as a result, in 2017, we started a program that up till date has over 15,000 participants from around the world. We have a lot of content that we have refined with the help of many different curriculum reviewers and work together with a number of highly specialized universities around the world, organizations that are training the next generation of bioinformaticians, and working with statewide and countrywide organizations that are designed to help elevate the level of biomedical research around the country, including the Louisiana Biomedical Research Network, including our partners in different high schools, colleges, research labs, and industry. And so as a result, we have really identified these three pillars of our program, which is access to big data in a meaningful way. So solving the problem of computational resources so that anyone from the comfort of their home can utilize complex tools, apply them to big data, and get meaningful insights. The second aspect is mentorship. It's not easy from the comfort of your home to really know what you're doing. And so that's why we brought in a number of experienced and highly qualified mentors that are ready to assist anyone go from knowing about bioinformatics to actually applying bioinformatics. And the third pillar is obviously training. So we provide resources that are making the computational background, the algorithmic component, training in coding and different elements of bioinformatics, as well as biology and biomedicine and biotechnology. How do you apply data science to these challenges? So we merge those together in our Learnomicslogic curriculum. So as Sonalika mentioned, this is what we will focus on in today's webinar. Number one, we will explain what is the Research Fellowship Program and how you can benefit from this program. So the program is a very specialized program. This is not like other training opportunities that you will find online. It's a research-focused program. So I will talk about that and what makes this program unique. Number two, we will talk a little bit about the ongoing batches. So we have over 50 students, as Sonalika already mentioned, and what are the new dates to start in July, as well as in the fall of 2021. And so that you will be you will have a clear understanding of the schedule. Why did we design the program to be finished by August? And then what are some of the new batch opportunities that will be coming up? We will introduce our Omics Research Symposium. That symposium is an opportunity for you to demonstrate your work on different types of projects, learn from experts, identify industry opportunities, how you can get into internships with companies, fellowships in different labs, and also how you can get a job in this industry. But also we'll introduce you to master's and PhD programs around the country in the US, but also available for international students, and discuss how you can join those. So we'll have speakers that represent those programs, and I'll talk about that. And then we will have prizes for best categories of projects. So if you're already in bioinformatics, you're learning bioinformatics, you think that you have a great project, you should join and apply for a prize. And so we will discuss what those prizes are, what the categories of prizes are, and how you can register for that. Then we will briefly talk about how to submit the project on Learnomicslogic Learn. So we'll go through the interface and kind of show you what are the steps to submit that. And we'll hear from students and a research fellow who has done that recently. and then we will have some time for Q&A. So before we begin, Sonalika, let's launch the first poll just to kind of learn about the participants in today's session.
Thank you, Ilya. I just launched the poll, and my first question is, what is your level of education? Are you from high school, or are you an undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate, or a PhD fellow, or a postdoctorate? And my second question is, what are your research interests? Bioinformatics for infectious diseases, data science, machine learning, agri-bioinformatics, neurosciences, or do you like bioinformatics using R and Python, genomics, transcriptomics, and metagenomics? And my last question is, when are you planning to join the research fellowship program? Immediately, or in the fall, or in the next 6 to 12 months, or are you not planning to join now? Thank you. I would be ending the poll in more 30 seconds.
All right, excellent. So we have about 50% of the people have voted already. Okay, so again, this is important for us to understand, to explain better how the different types of resources that we have and the different opportunities that we will plan for the research symposium can help you get the most out of this program. All right, great. So we have 70% have completed the poll. Okay, excellent. Thank you for those that are completing still. All right, 80%. Great. Okay, so I think we are wrapping up. Sonalika, maybe you could tell us briefly towards the end, what are the outcomes of the program?
Thank you so much, Ilya.
All right. Okay, so we will share the results towards the end. In the meantime, let me briefly introduce what is the Research Fellowship Program and how it works. So practically speaking, how it works. So the Research Fellowship Program is unique because it's really designed to offer you a supportive community with very practical outcomes. And so you can see here some examples of poster presentations about the different types of programs, as well as some of the projects that have been submitted individually or as group projects. And so to help facilitate the process of going from learning bioinformatics to actually applying bioinformatics to big data and getting results, we designed this kind of a process that helps anyone without previous practical knowledge of bioinformatics. If you've known about bioinformatics, you understand what it is, you can get started and then get all the way to this outcome, right? So the question is how? And the way we did it is we started developing exemplar projects from peer-reviewed papers that cover a variety of topics, including epigenetic regulation of asthma or precision medicine using cell line models and artificial intelligence, how to apply deep sequencing technologies to understand viral replication, how to study the changing landscape of our of the ecology and understand how we can intervene, how to understand the immune responses in cancer, how to study the microbiome of individuals that are scattered around the world and understand what factors are affecting the microbiome, how to study these animal patient-derived xenograft models or PDX models where you can study cancer coming from a human in an animal model, how to apply the understanding of big data to TCGA, the Cancer Genome Atlas that represents thousands of patients from different types of cancers, how to apply bioinformatics and biotechnology and understand the production of biologics, including vaccines and different kinds of large proteins that are used for treatment of specific diseases, or even how to apply analysis of transcriptomic data to understand the crop drought stress and resistance in different cultivars of potato, how to understand the complex gene regulation in neurodegenerative diseases, or understand outbreaks of infectious pandemics like the Ebola outbreak of 2014-2016. But the range of topics doesn't end there. And so that's why we also provide you with an opportunity to start from scratch and design a project that is completely individually picked by you. So we have a system that can help you find a topic, understand what type of data could be used to study that topic, and how to ask a specific technical question that could be answered with data analysis, and then how to go through the process of designing a research project on your own, in groups, and with the help of a mentor. So the way this works is that we have a program that is designed to help you understand through the introduction, evaluate your progress through practice, and then start applying these different analysis skills to a data set of your own. And along the way, interact with our community through weekly progress reports on Slack as we interact with each other and have a whole community that can discuss a variety of topics, but also through access to mentorship. And I will talk about that in just a few moments. But first, let's talk about the introduction. So as a part of getting you started, it's important to get a broad perspective, widen your horizon, and understand the application of bioinformatics to big data that is widely available. And that includes coursework that you can complete asynchronously on the introduction and on different types of omics technologies, genomics, transcriptomics, metagenomics, epigenomics, and gain practical skills in data science, including machine learning, statistical analysis, coding in R and Python, as well as fair practices to make your analysis reproducible, which is a critical, important skill to have if you are going into research or even if you're going into industry. Ultimately, after that, you get an opportunity to use our Learnomicslogic portal to develop and submit your project and get feedback along the way. And so the process that we have is that, first of all, you have to earn a certain number of points. You have to update your profile and really create a profile that you can share, and then go through these steps to start submitting a project. And so when you submit that project, you can actually upload all of the information that is needed and then complete your profile, adding some information about your background, adding social media links to your LinkedIn or potentially to OrcID, and really being ready for submitting a project and sharing it with the world. And so after you go through that, you will also get access to a whole course on how to submit a project that is impactful, and that will be evaluated by our experts from the bioinformatics community. What you gain out of this process is ability to understand how others have applied bioinformatics to different types of studies through literature review. You get to become an investigator, which is what people do in research, but also in industry. They know how to ask questions and answer those questions with data. And also you get the ability to write and prepare the project for the presentation so that you get a good result. You get an impactful presentation that you can share with experts in the field. The way that this happens is through a defined series of steps. First, by identifying a competitive topic in an area of research that others are interested in. Number two, by finding data sets, which you will get guidance on. Number three, to summarize your data and prepare a summary of what does the metadata describe about the data that you found. Conducting exploratory analysis, then doing in-depth analysis, biological interpretation, and then you start interaction with your mentor, the peers, and experts. And so that's where the community comes in. So all throughout this process, we have weekly sessions. And at the end, once you've gotten the feedback from the mentor, the experts, and the community, you actually start working on your project presentation. So that project presentation also follows a number of defined steps that everybody follows, both in research and in your university studies, right? You have to essentially build a project that will describe what have you done, what are the findings, and what is the significance of those findings for the field that you are in, whether it's data science, whether it is neuroscience, precision medicine, agriculture, biotechnology, etc., the field needs to know why they should be paying attention to your project and how does your analysis contribute to answering some of the gaps in current research or answering questions about how to utilize methods to address gaps that will come in the future. And so I think that this program is unique because it really provides us with unique outcomes that are guaranteed. So what are some of the guaranteed outcomes? Number one, you will definitely learn about the challenges and the opportunities in bioinformatics as a whole. So in many cases, when we talk to students that are either undergraduate or in graduate master's degree programs, they have a theoretical understanding of bioinformatics, but they don't understand how they can apply bioinformatics to address a specific challenge, or whether what they are doing is going to be meaningful and needed in a particular field. Number two, many don't have the practical training to be able to independently work with data sets. And so that's where training and skill development comes in, but it's only one part of the program, not the full program. Number three, you can work on independent or group research projects. So you can really work on a project that you found, a data set that you're interested in, or even join the program before you identify a data set and a question and learn how to develop a question and start finding that data set. But you can also work in groups. So as we mentioned, we have about 50 people in the different batches. We have 3 different batches and also some other batches for high school students that are later in the day in the US. And so that's when you can collaborate with others and learn how to work together as a team, solving these interdisciplinary problems. Then finally, some most ambitious people will go for a poster presentation or even a research publication. And so in a few minutes, I will introduce you to some of these outcomes with practical examples. Who has done this? So let's talk briefly about the specific questions that we've had. So number one, can this program be used for the requirement of a university internship? The answer is yes. And by the way, right now, you're welcome to write any other questions that you have. And I see that some of you are doing it, but I will address all of these questions that you're asking in the next few slides. So again, number one, can this program be used for a requirement for university internship? Yes, we have a number of university participants and participants from other universities that are doing exactly that. Number two, what is the difference between 3 and 6 months program? The difference is that if you are wanting to actually publish, it takes a long time. And so even though we know you can do a lot in 3 months, we would like you to understand that it is a time-consuming process. And I will talk a little bit about the process so that you really understand what is the time commitment that is needed. So how many hours commitment does the research fellowship require? So the research fellowship is flexible and is highly dependent on your commitment personally. If you want to get the most out of this, we recommend spending at least 10 to 15 hours per week on your research project, which includes just 1 to 2 hours for a weekly meeting. It also includes about an hour a day to go through the different learning materials that are needed. So remember, I said in total 10 to 15 hours. So if you just spend 1 hour a day, that's 7 hours, plus about 2 to 3 hours per week for interaction with your mentor and with the whole group. So that's about 10 hours. Some people need more than an hour. They also need additional time to do literature review and perform their own analysis. So that's why we estimate it to be between 10 and 15 hours per week. What are the mentorship options? So I will go through some of the mentorship options. You can use our team as your mentors, but I also will introduce you to some of the advanced mentorship options that you can choose from. Can we choose any topic? Yes, you can find a topic that we will help you identify. You can refine that topic during your interaction with the mentor, and then you can develop a full research proposal around that topic. Can you work in group projects? Yes, you can. The way to work in group projects is to communicate with your mentor and bring together that team or ask for an introduction. So we can definitely help you with that. Can you publish? Yes, and we have some examples that I will show you in a few minutes. And then finally, pricing, payment options, and scholarships. And so I will get to that. Just let me give a little bit more detail about some of these first questions. So first of all, here's an example. Here's an example of a research project. And I want to briefly talk about how do you get from a topic that seems interesting to actually finishing that project and submitting it as a publication. This is an example from one of our programs with University of Ghana, where we had a whole lab join this project and bring their own data to complete some number of publications in 6 months. So during the 6 months, we first of all helped design different project ideas and turn them into bioinformatics research that has some additional competitiveness to it by including methods of analysis that previously the lab was not exposed to. So then we refined those proposals and going through several internal presentations, created posters. And this is an example of a poster that we presented together with the team at one of the research conferences. During that time, we got some feedback, and now we are working on turning that feedback into a full journal publication for peer review. So that whole process takes at least 6 months, right? But in the process, a lot has been achieved in 3 months. And so here are some examples of people that just did 3 months and what are the outcomes for them. So one of our graduates is Urja Parekh, who in the course of 3 months submitted a project, did her presentation at different conferences, but also developed a full publication that later on was submitted to bioRxiv. Andres is a high school student that completed his training, developed a research proposal, and now is going for a competition that he is going to participate in. Here's another participant that actually used his experience to participate in a hackathon and then went on to receive prizes during a hackathon. And also we have others that have participated in these and actually got into other types of programs as a result of their experience. So really those are the different outcomes. You can do a poster presentation, you can join a competition, you can also get prizes from different competitions because of the training, or you might be going for a PhD or a master's program. So it's going to be easier for you to get accepted if you show that you have the necessary background. Okay, so as I mentioned, some of the outcomes could be certificates in different presentations that you do, or even submission of a preprint like you see right here. Others have also went on to publish. For example, Simai Dolanar here actually submitted her to a publication in the Columbia Undergraduate Science Journal. And so there's a publication option, but of course we cannot guarantee that. We can only guarantee that we will help you, but you will have to go for an actual publication. So this is the publication that she got. Others actually use this in their PhD programs. So for example, Olga Udartseva, she's a research affiliate postdoc at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. And as a result of her training, she was able to apply the same methods to her research, both preclinical and ideas about clinical research. Another student, a PhD student at Louisiana State University, went through the coursework as a part of her university requirement. If you're a high school student, we also have a number of high school students that have participated in the different programs that we have and actually designed a project, as you can see right here, to get some awards at a science fair. Here's an example of a student from Georgetown University Systems Medicine Master Degree Program. So especially if you are interested in applying to different programs at universities, this is relevant as well. You can get a lot of benefit by learning additional information about the new topics like machine learning. Here's another PhD student that we have had previously in a program. So actually, as a part of his thesis, he used the program to work on his thesis and interact with the mentors. Okay. Number two, I see a lot of questions that come up about mentorship. So for the summer, we have a great panel of expert mentors that have PhDs in relevant fields, that have master's degrees in relevant fields, and that are very interested to work with students. Not only can you work on an independent project, you can also get their guidance on projects that are impactful from their perspective, right? And this is critical because they are already working on important research topics and they can get you involved in those projects. So beyond just working independently, you can actually know what it's like to work in a high-level expert lab guided by a mentor that is already accomplished, that has the publications, that can actually guide you through the steps that they have been through. And so Dr. Harpreet Kaur has numerous publications in bioinformatics and cancer. Dr. Sona Vasudevan is a professor and program director and expert in systems medicine. Clinton Kunha has a master's degree in molecular medicine and a master's degree in bioinformatics. Dr. Gio Chavez has a PhD in bioinformatics and an expert in neurodegenerative diseases and glioblastoma. Sahil Sethi is a PhD student in bioinformatics, big data, and is working on COVID and health disparities. And Dr. Laura Harris is a program director and has a PhD in bioinformatics and is an expert in microbiology. And we have others in our network as well. So to gain that high-level expertise, you can also design a proposal, get feedback from them, but also then have their guidance on how to make the most out of your proposal. And when I say we have a broader network, we have been working with a number of very experienced high-level experts in different domains that have evaluated our approach and our system, and they could also be an example and potentially guide you if we find the appropriate fit. So what are these resources that can help you get into the program and understand how it works before you commit? Let me ask you at this time to go to our portal, and I want to kind of show you around on how you can get started with this process, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go to learn.omicslogic.com, and I will briefly introduce you to some of the topics that are covered and where you can find them, okay? So let me take a pause here. This is the address. Okay, let's open this link together. Okay, once you are here, on the top, you will see the button to log in. Okay, so when you log in, you will be taken to the sign up page. And on the sign up page, you just either, if you already have an account, you can log in. If you don't have an account just yet, you have to sign up. Okay, so please let me know when you're there. Okay, so I see some people are right now logging in or creating accounts, sorry. Okay, I see Anita. All right, let me know once you're logged in by putting yes or number 1 in the chat. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you, Navia. Okay, so I see Praveen is asking for a number. Okay, so I see more people signing up. Great. Well, I'll give it a moment for everybody to be able to log in. So again, if you are not logged in, you click right here on create an account. And if you are logged in, you can just use your email that you have saved. All right, great. So I see more signing up. Excellent. Okay, so once you are in, I want to shortly look at your profile. Okay, so the way, so Nalika, if you could also just help others that cannot log in or provide your phone number potentially for those that need help. Okay, it looks like Praveen is asking for someone. All right, excellent. So I see about 50% of you are signed in right now. I'll give it another 20 seconds for everybody to finish. All right, great. So 10, 11. All right, excellent, Subhash. Thank you. Once you are logged in, please let me know. And if you are logged in, then on the top menu, you will see this link right here. And you can go to your profile. All right, excellent. Okay, so once you're in your profile, you will see that you can fill out your profile right here by clicking on the profile. Here you will see your points. This is an important part of making progress and staying consistent. You can see that your mentor is actually going to be looking at your progress every week to determine how much you have made progress and help you where you are struggling. So this is an important way to show how you are doing in this program. The second thing that I want to show you are the courses. So here you will see the courses that you have started. So let's take a look a little bit about the courses. So right here we have the course tab. And on the courses, I recommend everyone, I'll briefly show you, for those that are new to bioinformatics, you can find a course called Bytes and Molecules. In this Bytes and Molecules course, you will find some introductory materials that are completely free. Okay, so here you will find some free lessons and one paid lesson that is optional. But this is to really get you started with the terminology and the concepts and the different things that are needed in this field of omics and in this field of computational biology. Another free course that you can get started with, and I recommend for all of you that are new to the platform and new to bioinformatics, is Introduction to Bioinformatics. So a very short course, but importantly in this lesson, it starts off with a survey that helps us refine our materials and learn about you, because our objective here is not only to provide you with the training and guide you, but we cannot guide you if we don't know about you. Okay, so please take a look here. And Jamari, by the way, I will address your question in just a moment. So after the courses, the other thing that I want to point your attention to are the programs. So here we're talking about the research fellowship program, but we have other very affordable programs or more advanced programs guided by experts in the field. And so I recommend that you take a look at some of these programs as well. If you see a program that has started a while back, you can still join because you will get access to the recordings of the sessions as well. Maybe I can show you how that works. This is an ongoing program called LBRN Omicslogic Data Science. If you're not a part of this program, you will see a different screen. But here you can see how the sessions are being recorded and shared right here. You have a full schedule, but you can access all of the previous sessions as well. Okay. And so down here below, you also have access to asynchronous coursework. And that asynchronous coursework supplements the in-person sessions that we have. And at the end, after you have completed all of the sessions, you will get a certificate of completion right here. So that's the second one. And then finally, we have the research fellowship. And as I mentioned, the research fellowship is structured around submitting a project. And so how does that work? Courses, we talked about courses. Programs, we talked about programs. And now let's talk about projects. So after you have went through the steps to gain 10,000 points to complete your profile and complete a course on how to design your project, you can start a new project. And when you start a new project, it will give you a very guided process on how you can go from the title and the abstract all the way to what could be reproduced by somebody else and evaluated by an expert, which is really the goal of this whole program and fellowship. So in the beginning, you go through training, then you can join an expert guided program, and at the end, submit your own independent project, okay? Now, importantly, many of the people that join are struggling with access to tools that need a lot of computational power. And so that is why our team is leveraging a big data analysis platform that has machine learning, that has different processing tools, different visualization tools. And so if you come across a project that has thousands of samples and a lot of data in them, this is the solution. You can get unstuck and go beyond what you would typically be able to do on your own laptop by leveraging this big data server, where you have over 5 terabytes of space that you can leverage during this training and during this program. Okay, so finally, let me just briefly explain how to join the program and what you can expect from the 3 months option or the 6 month option. So here is the link. Sorry, here's the link. Let me go back. So the link to register for the research fellowship is right here, and I'll briefly explain the different options. Okay, so first of all, there are 3 months or 6 months. We recommend for people that already have a topic in mind, you're working on a project or you want to work on a project and you know what that project is, to go for the 3 months option. We recommend this to people that already have some background in bioinformatics and already know how to use some of the tools. If you're just getting started, but you do want to get to a publication, it typically will take longer time. So you can try the 3 months option and then extend it, but we really recommend the 6 months option. Now, I will tell you a little bit about the pricing, but I do want you to know that there is a process to get a scholarship. The process of the scholarship requires for you to provide a justification on why this price is too expensive and you need financial aid, and then provide some references from your current faculty or people that can recommend your ability to learn and complete a project on time. And we will reach out to them so that we can make sure that after receiving the scholarship, you will be successful in the program. So you have the time, you have the commitment, and you have the perseverance to go through all of the required steps. What are the pricing options? So here are the pricing options for 3 months. Here are the pricing options for 6 months. For 3 months, there's a beginner and an advanced option. And basically, this means that either you have access to all of the things that we discussed, except for you are not planning to do extensive research. So you're only going to use this to learn, interact with others, and get a research proposal. If you actually want to conduct the research and utilize the big data server, you should opt for the advanced option. For 6 months, it is essentially double the price, right? Because it's just 6 months and it's longer, okay? And I recommend checking out all of these details on this page. So Nalika and Ojasvi, if you could please share the links, including the blog post link now, that would be great. At the end, you will get a certificate. And so if you need a letter of recommendation, if you need feedback from an expert, if you need some kind of interaction with your university, we are set up to do that. So you can reach out to the mentors and the support team, and they will help you with those documents as well. Okay, so for those of you that actually are wondering what next, so let's say I join the fellowship, let's say I can do this, and let's say I want some, go beyond. I want to join a master's degree or a PhD program. Maybe I'm opting for a program in the US. Maybe I'm interested to work on a research project with others. What do I do next? So the next thing that I want to briefly introduce today is the Omics Research Symposium. Okay, so after you are a participant in any of the programs on Learnomicslogic, we invite you to join the Omics Research Symposium and participate in the discussions about cutting-edge bioinformatics, how to join different programs, get prizes, and also get feedback from expert judges. So if you could please also share the link to the August symposium. So Nalika and Ojasvi. So after, you are welcome to take a look at this symposium. Now the symposium is going to start on August 21st and 22nd. We have a lineup of great speakers, including Dr. Sona Vasudevan, who is the director of the Georgetown University Master's Degree Program in Systems Medicine, Dr. Gus Kasoulas, who is the president of the National Association of Idea Principal Investigators, but also the head of the department at Louisiana State University in Virology and Biotechnology, Dr. Leonid Brodsky, who is the director of the Tauber Bioinformatics Research Center at University of Haifa in Israel, Dr. Philip Compeu, who is the assistant department head at Carnegie Mellon University, Dr. Chris Taylor, who is the director of the Louisiana Biomedical Research Network Bioinformatics Corps, and is a professor at Louisiana State University Health Sciences Center. Okay, what are they going to be talking about? They will discuss bioinformatics, cutting edge research and applications in bioinformatics. Where is this field going? We're going to be talking about single cell, multi-omics integration, quantum computing, machine learning and artificial intelligence, translational bioinformatics, how is it used in clinical research, clinical data integration, how are pharmaceutical companies using bioinformatics today? We will introduce undergraduate, master's, and PhD programs in bioinformatics at University of Haifa, at Georgetown University, at Carnegie Mellon University, at Louisiana State University, at Louisiana State University Health Sciences Center, and others. We will also have recruiters that will speak to you about industry internships and job opportunities using bioinformatics. So if you do want to get an internship remotely or in person, if you would like to explore what does a career in bioinformatics really look like, you will get a chance to interact with those people as well. You will find effective resources for training and education. So we will present case studies around outcomes from training. So bioinformatics is a challenging field. Not only is it something that takes a lot of time, but it's a challenging field. And so we will talk about that as well. And we will have prizes for best school, college, and citizen science research projects. So if you have a project and you still have time, you have about a month to submit and potentially get a prize for the best presentation, or at least get recognition. So everybody that joins the competition will have a certificate for joining and participating in the competition. For those of you that will win the prize, it will be a monetary prize. So you can use that money, buy a new laptop, or even, take a break from work for a while. So this is something that I'm really excited and looking forward to. Okay, so finally, I want to mention that what we talked about today is not just paid programs and coursework and joining our portal and things like that. We also want to interact with you, and we have some groups on social media where we have a lot of these contacts, and we regularly share opportunities from us, but also from others. And so we welcome you to join our social media group on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Ojasvi, if you could please share those links. We welcome you to join. You will learn about upcoming opportunities, and you will also hear from experts that discuss important links and important topics there. Okay, that's the LinkedIn group. And please, Ojasvi, also share the Facebook group link. We do a lot of webinars, and those webinars are posted on our YouTube channel. So today, already Sonalika made this stream live on YouTube, but you will find a lot of other resources on the YouTube link. So this is the live stream, and Sonalika, please share the link to the channel. Or Jasvi, we're still waiting for the link for Facebook. Okay, so now I would like to pass it back to Sonalika to introduce Rutvi and Navia if they're available.
Thank you so much, Ilya. Here in the group, I have shared the link to our YouTube channel, and you can find a lot of videos there explaining different sorts of domains which we are working on for bioinformatics. Now, I would want to invite Ruthvi to talk about her submission as a poster presentation in one of the conferences and also talk about her Psyomics Club. And she would be presenting tomorrow. So I would want her to talk about that as well. Over to you, Ruthvi.
Hi everyone, and a very good evening to all of you. To begin with my journey with Pine Biotech, firstly, I am an undergraduate biomedical sciences student. So when I was in my first year, I joined Pine Biotech with almost zero knowledge of bioinformatics. I literally didn't knew what data sets meant, what is NCBI, nothing. I mean, you understand what I mean by saying zero. So I joined initially, it's almost an year I'm associated with Pine Biotech, and I'm very happy for that. So I joined as a growth ambassador initially. And as an ambassador, I was given several tasks. And at that time, I went through the portal of Pine Biotech and learned all the omics courses in which I had to give exams of all the small self-assessment courses. Later on, I went and developed a student community club under Pine Biotech that is named as Psyomics. I'm currently the president of Psyomics, and we have 2 to 3 sessions every month, that is every Thursday, on certain topics of bioinformatics. Like we have how to do a literature review that I'm doing tomorrow. We also have expertise talks. We also have interviews and presentation of projects by PhD students or undergraduates or graduate students. So later on, near December, I started this Psyomics Club. And when I was ready, knowing all the knowledge, not all, but basic knowledge of bioinformatics, my mentors said that I was ready to apply that knowledge to a real project. So I was always interested in neuroinformatics. So my area of interest was neurodegenerative disorders. So I chose multiple sclerosis as my disease of interest. I found a data set and later on went ahead and developed my own project. So I worked on this project for nearly 3 months under the expert guidance of Ilya, Dr. Harpreet, and Dr. Mohit Mazumdar. So later on, after completing my project, I'm still in the process of submitting my research paper. So my mentors have really helped me to edit and justify my mistake, organize the structure of my research paper. But before the research paper comes out, I went ahead and made my own poster, and I decided to present it to the upcoming conferences. So last week I presented this poster on the Medicinal Conference 2021, and I won the second prize for the best poster research poster category. So it has really helped me a lot. So from growing from level 0 to a greater level, applying big data analysis, and my mentors over here have really supported me, not just for the project, but they have also supported me in networking. I have significantly grown in terms of communication, networking, talking with experts and everything. And so I won the second prize, and I'm looking forward to my next conference presentation. And I also submitted this project to International Society for Computational Biology, of which I'm presenting this Friday, that is 23rd. So I'm looking forward, and I would really recommend to anyone who want to learn about dry lab and data analysis to enter this fellowship and really give it a try, because once you enter, you will get to know that how much it was worth it. And I'm always thankful for my mentors. So thank you so much.
What about the Psyomics Club, Ruthvi? Tomorrow's meeting?
Yeah, correct. So tomorrow is Thursday. As I said, we have Psyomics sessions every Thursday. So tomorrow we have a group of students and some members in Psyomics Club who are interested in knowing about how to conduct a literature review and how to go on further to write a review paper or a research paper. So tomorrow in the Psyomics Club, the theme of the session is how to do a literature review. So I would be giving you a detailed description of how to do a literature review, because I have been through those stages and there would be other mentors also to guide you. So as a student, I can show it better to you that what difficulties you would face as a starter, as a first time person who is leaving a literature review. So I warmly invite you all to tomorrow's session of Learnomics Club at 6 p.m. IST. Also, if you want to join the club, all the links would be available in the description box. Ojasvi has already shared it. Thank you, Ojasvi. We daily update everything like the sessions going on, the upcoming events and everything in the Learnomics group. So I hope to see you all there as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruthvi. Now I would like to invite Navya for sharing her experience with us. Over to you, Navya. Okay, Navya, I'll just check.
Hi everyone, I'm Navya. Yeah. So I'm a research fellow at Pine Biotech. I basically joined Pine Biotech about a month ago, and I'm new to the field of bioinformatics and I didn't really know much about the subject. And since we're having online classes from college, I couldn't get any practical knowledge or hands-on experience for that matter. So in order to have wider perspective and practical knowledge about the subject, I joined Pine Biotech. And my journey so far has been flourishing. I am now familiar with so many new techniques and technology, and of course, they're working that I didn't even know existed a month back. I've had tremendous growth in this short span of time, and I'm really looking forward to learn more. And obviously, it has all been possible because of the extraordinary guidance of my mentors, Dr. Mohit, Dr. Harpreet, and our very own CEO, Ilya Brodsky. So thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without your help.
Thank you so much, Navya, for sharing your experience with us. Now, I would want to invite our mentor, Dr. Harpreet Kaur, to introduce herself and guide the research fellows. Over to you, Dr. Harpreet.
Thank you, Sonalika. Just let me share my screen. Hello, everyone. My name is Harpreet Kaur. I have a PhD in bioinformatics. In my current role, I'm curriculum developer and research consultant with Pine Biotech. My major research interest lies in the area of the application of the bioinformatics in oncology. Beside the oncology, infectious disease and neuroscience are my other research areas. So I am one of the mentor for this research fellowship program. I'm involved in designing research projects and assisting research fellows in their project design and analysis. Now, let me give you the glimpse of some how bioinformatics can be helpful in identifying important disease signature by taking some example for my doctoral research work. So here in the first project, we use large-scale transcriptomics data, which is publicly available on different public repositories to identify diagnostic biomarker panel for primary liver cancer, which is hepatocellular carcinoma. So here in this study, we employed 30 datasets which containing nearly 4,000 samples to elucidate transcriptomic biomarker panel for the diagnosis and the prognosis of the liver cancer, implementing various bioinformatics techniques. In the second project, we employed 9 datasets which containing 350 cholangiocarcinoma, nearly 130 adjacent non-tumorous tissue samples, and 90 hepatocellular carcinoma samples to scrutinize cholangiocarcinoma specific transcriptomic signatures by implementing number of the data mining techniques like extra tree, SVM, random forest logistic regression, etc. So in the third project, we use transcriptomics and methylation data to identify a biomarker panel for the stage classification of hepatocellular carcinoma. So for this project, we use TCGA data of nearly 350 tissue samples and elucidate 51 features as key signatures that can predict SCC at an early stage. So in my current role, I'm research consultant and I'm mentoring number of the research fellows. So as I have also mentored one of the research fellow, Miss Simay Dulanar, who is an undergraduate student from Turkey, recently completed her research project entitled Long Non-Coding RNAs as Therapeutic Target in Chronic Lymphocytic Leukemia using publicly available NGS data and implementing various bioinformatics tools which are integrated on T-Bioinfo server. And this work is published in already a Columbia University journal. So then Miss Urja Parekh, who is a postgraduate student, and she's completed her research project on identification of the biomarker to differentiate between neural stem cells and glioblastoma stem cells using publicly available NGS data for the glioblastoma, implementing various bioinformatics techniques. So apart from that, then there is another research fellow, Miss Dilara Dikinen, who is a master student from the Turkey. She completed her metagenomics project on space radiations. So apart from the graduate, masters and PhD students, I also got the opportunity to mentor number of the high school students. So one of the project fellow, Miss Netra Srinivasan, who is a high school student in the USA, completed her project on the effect of the menstrual cycle at transcriptional level. So next, another research fellow, Mr. Andres, who is a high school student, he is also able to complete his project on the Alzheimer. So as I already told you, my major research interest lies in the application of the bioinformatics in various human health aspects. But my primary research area is cancer genomics. And apart from that, neuroscience and infectious disease are other research areas. And I'm looking forward to being your mentor in this Learnomicslogic Research Fellowship Program. Now I would like pass this session back to Ms. Sonalika to talk about registration and the rest of the process. So over to you, Ms. Sonalika.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harpreet. I would want to invite Dr. Mohit to discuss about the registration process, as we see that there are many participants who are not clear with the registration process. So Dr. Mohit would be explaining it to you. Over to you, Dr. Mohit.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. So the registration process is pretty simple and straightforward. So with this fellowship program, you will have an opportunity to discuss your project and work on your project, use the course material, and also access the T-Bioinfo server. And one of the things that we have not discussed clearly is that these are the licenses that are being provided to you during this entire period of this fellowship, which is for 3 months. So to cover those, there is a subscription fees for the program to join. And I think we have shared the link with you here. And maybe once again, if anyone can share the link, Ojaswi, to the program page where one can subscribe for the program for 3 months. So if you're planning to join and start working on your project, you can subscribe to the program, and we'll start by conducting an orientation session followed by guiding you through the resources. So we also have prepared asynchronous material and emails from where you will get all the information, and also you will be able to interact with us through various channels like Slack and also Skype, and as well as all the other social media handles that we just shared. And I'll be happy to take any more questions if you have regarding anything that we discussed today.
Okay, so if we have no more questions, you can mail us at marketing@pine.bio or marketing@omyslogic.com. So we have one question from Subhash. He's asking, do we need a research topic on our own to start and get into the fellowship program?
So the research fellowship works for different students coming from different backgrounds. Students coming from different backgrounds. Also, faculties are joining this research fellowship program to help work on their projects. So it depends, Subhash. If you already have a research topic that you are interested in and a specific disease area that you are interested in, for example, if you're interested in infectious diseases, if you're interested in cancer, or if you're interested in neuroscience, or if you're interested in agriculture, so those are the area of interest that we would want you to explore more after learning about your research interest. So we kind of help in both ways. So we have different project examples first for you to learn from. So you do the courses which have an hands-on part where you do the assignments and go through the data sets, and then you learn about these example projects that we have put together, for example, SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19, and breast cancer cell line project, mouse PDX breast cancer projects. So these are different project examples, and there are many to go through. Or if you have not figured out your research project or research idea, so you can develop that research idea, or you can work on your research idea that you have already developed. So both the options are there, which actually we guide them through the material that helps you develop that sort of strategy to be able to come up with a research proposal. So it's a standard method, and we have also a course just to describe this entire process.
Thank you so much, sir. And Shiv, answering your question, yes, you can, like your mentor can help you with the research question if you have no idea. So in the beginning of the research fellowship program, you would be asked to go through the asynchronous course material according to your research interest, and then your mentor would also help you go through the literature. Like they would suggest you with the literature if you're not able to find any, and then you're supposed to submit your research proposal, and mentor would be there always to help you with each and every step to modify your proposal question as well. So you need not worry about anything. Your mentor would be there to guide you at each and every step.
So there are some more questions which I would want to answer, Sonalika.
Yes,
So
sir,
there is
sure.
one question from Siddhartha. I'm currently in TUI in MSc integrated course for bioanalytical sciences. Is it possible to get a subscription for the program in the future? So yes, actually you can join this program anytime, and we kind of recommend you to maybe start with the asynchronous material when you have time. Like it's like you can do it at your luxury, because you will have a subscription for a month at a very low cost. So the subscription is like $10, and you can start going through the materials that we just discussed on your own. So once you're more prepared, you can come up with a research proposal when you when you have time to join a dedicated mentor guided program. So if you're not ready right now for a mentor guided program, I recommend you to go through the asynchronous material that will actually help you develop that project that you would want to work on. So I think again, if you would want to, it's a rolling circle, a rolling basis uh, uh, participation in this program. For you to participate, you can join this program anytime. As I said, there will be an orientation session, and then you will be able to join these group sessions where we discuss about your project, and there is a weekly report that you will have to submit, and while you go through the resources and the tasks that we have assigned you based on your progress. So that's how it works. And for the question that I have from Shiv, so can we do a research that our mentor wants? And I would also like to ask Siddhartha if I have answered his questions. So yes, there are free courses also. So I saw another question from you. So yes, there are free courses for you to start with, which is Bytes and the Molecules, which was shown in this presentation, and also we shared link. And once you log in to learn, you can search for Bytes and Molecule course and Introduction to Bioinformatics course. All those courses are free, which helps you actually develop an idea about which research area you would want to explore more. Now, coming back to the question that Shiv asked, can we do a research that our mentor wants? So actually, it's let me reframe this. So we have already quite a few ongoing projects, and there is an opportunity to do group projects also, not just individual projects. So we have scientists like Ilya showed that we have a group of scientists who are working on their research projects from University of Ghana, Noguchi. And also we have several other people, researchers, faculties join our research projects, and they would want maybe some assistance from you to do work on a specific area and generate some data and work on maybe the thesis or the project. So there are several opportunities like this to work on a group project, and even within your network you can ask your friends to join the research fellowship and work on a group project. And that would be like, we kind of recommend that, because in very short period of time you'll be able to, like, if a lot of people are working on a same problem, so it actually helps the project to grow in several direction and be more translational as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mohit, and thank you so much everyone for joining. I am again dropping our mail IDs here, marketing@pine.bio, and also you can reach out Dr. Mohit at mohit@pine.bio. And I would like to request you all to please add us to your address book so that you don't miss out on any of the important updates. Thank you for joining. We hope to meet you soon again. Bye-bye.